My name is Johnathan Payne, and I am the 2020 to 2022 Grantwood Fellow in Painting and Drawing at the University of Iowa. I didn't know I wanted to be an artist growing up. I was born in Houston, Texas, and lived predominantly in the Deep South and the Southwest. As an artist of color and as a queer person, my abstract work attempts to embody materially and formally the complexity of the lived experience of marginalized people. I approach painting from a non-traditional place. I identify as a painter, but my painting practice is informed by research. It's informed by other disciplines such as textiles and fiber-based arts, quilting. And these are disciplines that I don't have formal training in, but I just like the work a lot. My work is kind of like an amalgamation of a lot of different influences that I then kind of bring together through very specific processes that I've just developed over the years. My engagement with painting does not take canvas stretched on a frame as an objective format for painting. The format that I engage with in painting is one that constructs the ground. And so by constructing this ground, I'm able to really call into question the objectivity by which we view painting, but also speak to painting as a material practice, as a practice of manifesting, as a practice of constructing. I look at a lot of comic books and I use comic books in my work. And so the color mixing that I do is in relationship to colors that are very common in comic books. Even though it's structural in nature, I want my work to have this affective quality to it where you're looking at it and the geometry and the color and the potential for you to imagine it increasing infinitely in any direction and scale creates a sensorial process within you. I think as human beings, we all sort of have this innate relationship to pattern and to maps and to things that have a type of visual rhythm to them. And so I like to embody that in my work. What's interesting about this experience is I really did not know a lot about Grant Wood, and some of the more revisionist history around him has been really exciting and interesting for me to think about. I do see queerness in Grant Wood's work, and I don't necessarily think that queerness is something that always reflects sexual identity or orientation. However, the way that he was imagining and depicting the landscape is very much thinking about I think fantasy, I think longing, I think desire. I didn't really know that I would be engaging with that particular, a particular type of queer art history while being here. A big component of the Grant Wood Fellowship is teaching. So I had the opportunity to develop my teaching skills while being here as a Grant Wood Fellow. I'm a young teacher, I'm an emerging teacher, I'm still learning how to teach. And I would just say overall, the experience was really powerful and phenomenal. Artwork can define itself as an object and can create opportunities with audiences outside of the language and intentions of the artist. Sometimes that is very important. And so I don't want to undermine that, but I do think that this opportunity helped me see that my work impacts people on a lot of different conceptual and visual levels.